Hello, this is morteWOW here, bringing you another video. In this video, I will be going over my spec, the talents I chose, and the glyphs I chose. As you can see, my spec is arms, and I use it for PvP. The talents I chose for the first tier, double time, which makes your charge, instead of using it once, you use it twice. So you use it, the cooldown the first charge now starts, yet you could still use the charge again. Very useful. For the next tier, I went with Second Wind. With this, pretty much anytime you're below 35% health, you won't die, because you're regenerating 3% of your health every second. And then it also generates some rage when you get stunned, but that's really not too important. But for the next tier, I went with Disrupting Shout. With this, it interrupts all spell casting within 10 yards and prevents any spell in that school from being cast for 4 seconds. So pretty much, this gives your warrior a ranged silence, which is very helpful when you can't quite keep up or get next to the target. For the next tier, I picked Shockwave, which is very helpful because it is an AoE for damage and a stun. As you can see, when you Shockwave, it gets both of these targets in a Shockwave and the damage to both. That is very useful and should be picked for any PvP spec. For this tier, 75 tier, I went with Mass Spell Reflection. With this, it reflects the next spell being cast on you or any of your party members. So if you see some class casting a high hitting spell, you can easily just use Spell Reflect, and then whatever is cast bounces off you, reflects, and then hits the original target, doing the damage. So that is very helpful against mages and warlocks and other casters. Now for glyphs. For the first major glyph, I chose Glyph from Death from Above. This is a glyph for your heroic leap, and it reduces the cooldown by 15 seconds and doubles its damage. So now you can heroic leap more times, able to catch up with range running away, and now it does double the amount of damage, so it's usable to do some damage. Another glyph is Hindering Strikes. With this, it makes your heroic strike and cleave also slow the target for 50% movement speed for 8 seconds. This is helpful because if you're in a global cooldown but you need to slow the target, you could easily use Heroic Strike because it's not on a global instead of waiting for a hamstring. That is why I chose that. And last, but certainly not least, is the Glyph of Gag Order. This is an amazing glyph that will silence a target after you use Pummel or Heroic Throw. So that again gives you another range silence with Heroic Throw. So you'll now have Pummel on a 15-second cooldown, Heroic Throw on a 30-second cooldown, and then Disrupting Shout on a 40-second cooldown. So you could really keep everyone silenced for the whole time. So that is why I chose that one. I hope you found the spec build really helpful, and I hope you use it, and I hope it makes you really good in PvP like me. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.